Good morning. Welcome to another Stretch with Dave. I, of course, am Dave. Today we're going to be going through a few different dynamic stretches, a few new things, a few things that we're throwing back into the rotation. We are going to start on the ground with our hip 90-90 combo. And what this is going to look like is I'm going to cross my right leg in front of me. I think this is the best angle right there. And then my left leg is crossed behind me, trying to get both knees in contact with the ground. Now where the combo comes is I'm going to, and I'll preface with this, if this is what you're comfortable with doing, just stick around here, hold for 5 breath cycles, and then switch sides. If you're not so comfortable, or if you are more comfortable with it, what we're going to do is we're going to push our hips up off the ground, and we're going to swing that back leg forward, rotate that right leg back, and then go into that hip flexor stretch. So now we have to reverse that. So I am rotating that leg back, and then putting that left leg back behind and my hips back on the ground. So in slow motion again, hips are up. I'm going to step my left leg forward into this half kneel hip flexor stretch, and to do that I have to rotate my right foot so that it's pointing directly behind me. Push my hips forward, right arm comes up. So as I reverse it, right leg gets rotated back. I put my hand on the ground. I step that leg back. Right leg is crossed in front of me at 90 degrees. Left leg is crossed behind me at 90 degrees. We're going to do that one more time on this side. Push up, swing forward, rotate the right leg, push the hips forward, right arm comes up. Rotate the right leg to the left, hand goes down, right hand goes down, swing the left leg back, and now we're back in this position where we're 90-90. We'll switch sides here. Now my left leg is crossed. See if this angle helps a little bit more. In front, right leg behind. So I'm going to push my left hand into the ground, hips off the ground, swing, right leg forward, push myself up. I've rotated my left leg so it's pointed directly behind me. I push my hips forward, left arm goes in line with my ear, and now I reverse it. So left hand on the ground, I've rotated my left leg back, and then I can just comfortably step back into that position and then just readjust, right? It's not going to be perfect every time. Some of you may be perfect. I'm not quite so perfect, and that's okay. And then again, so hips up, swing forward, push up, we rotate the leg, and then the left arm comes up. All right. Reverse, hand goes down. Legs up, right? Last one, swing. We'll just do this one a little quicker. Awesome. So a lot of hip opening there, which is really great. We're going to go, that's modified pigeon. You can do modified pigeon, which is seated on a chair, cross-legged, or we can do our dynamic pigeons, which is what I meant. So high plank position, cross the leg, down, and then switch. I cross that leg, I drop the back knee, and then I straighten that leg out, go onto my forearms, and then back up. If you want to see the modified pigeon, if that dynamic pigeon, the plank seems a little too difficult for you, what you can do is sit on a chair, cross leg forward, lean forward, and then switch. Or you can do our figure 4 stretch, which is lying on the ground, cross the leg over, one hand through the hole, one hand on the outside, pull the knee towards the chest. You can do that. You can switch those, right? Like you can keep this one dynamic too, where I'm switching actively. All those are options for that, but we'll move into the butterfly. So this is more a static stretch. Heels are touching each other, feet are touching each other, soles of the feet are touching each other. And then I'm trying to get my knees into the ground as I lean forward and bring those heels as close to your body as you can. I have extremely long legs, so this is extremely difficult for me to do. I feel the stretch here, like I'm not going very deep or very far, and that's okay. You know, you feel that 6 out of 10 stretch. That's all that really matters. Because we know if we feel that stretch, we're going to improve our mobility over time. Okay, so we're going to fall onto our back here. Gently. My hips are now at, or my legs are bent at 90-90 again, in a different fashion. So 90 degrees at the knees, 90 degrees at the hips. My hands are at my sides anchoring my body. And I'm just going to rotate side to side, allowing my T-spine to get some rotation a little bit closer towards, you know, the lower vertebrae, maybe a little closer to the lumbar vertebrae, but really getting a rotation throughout the whole body, and that comes from the hips. Something I wanted to add into this position, just grab the feet here, and we can bring those towards the chest, and you can sort of relax those. As you can see, I'm not rocking my body during this. I'm rocking my knees, bringing them close towards my chest, releasing. And that just allows for some decompression as well. Okay, so we'll go for our trial to Cobra. Again, for this one, remember we push our hips back into our heels while kneeling, reach forward, and then as you're comfortable, maybe on your breathing cycle, we push our hips into the ground, chest gets lifted, and we switch between those two, right? Go at your own pace here, whatever you're most comfortable with. One more each here. Big stretch, big stretch, big stretch. And big stretch, big stretch, big stretch. Cat to cow, just because it's an amazing stretch. Should be doing this all the time. Arch the spine, touch the chin. Spine to neutral, chin to neutral. And we just move through that again on your own breathing, right? Take a second to sort of center yourself. Feel where this stretch is helping you the most. Feel where breathing would feel the best for you. And just sit into it naturally, right? It doesn't have to be something hard, something complex. You don't have to get it right away either. It can be very simple. All right, so we're on our feet for the rest. We're just going to start with some simple arm swings. So palms are up, I cross the body, palms turn down. And I just go at my own pace. And I just really love these for opening up my chest and my shoulders. And to provide some complexity, we're going to do teacups. I don't have anything in my hand here. But you can hold on to something small to help you do this. The idea is to keep the palm up the whole time. So what we do is we turn in, we extend the arm, we go overhead, twisting, and then back down, right? So slowly in, extend out, keep that palm up as we twist it overhead and back to the starting position. Do one more on this side. All right, and we'll switch. So we're going to go in, out, overhead, and back down. It's really hard to see me here, so maybe if I step back a bit. So I turn in, I extend out, keep that palm up as I turn. And I have to manipulate my body a little bit to do this. You know, sort of how I lean there. That's okay. And 5. Good. So we'll do our door frame stretch next. So remember, palm up or thumb up, right? Both work. Palm up will stretch a little bit more of your bicep. If you don't do like a lot of bicep curls throughout your day or a lot of carrying of things, you could probably just go thumb up and stretch out the chest more. Hand is just below shoulder height, arm is straight, and I'm twisting through that torso using the leverage of the door frame to create that stretch in my chest and my shoulders. Yeah, and if you have a door frame that you can walk through, I suggest just doing both at the same time. Switch sides. I'm going to go over here so you can still see me while I do this one. Awesome. And we'll finish off with some forward fold combos. So my hips go back, I crawl my hands in front of my body. So I feel that 6 out of 10 stretch. And as we stand up, pulling back on those left fingers, arms overhead, hips to the left, lean to the right. Hips to the right, lean to the left. And on this stretch, what I want you to focus on is maybe getting a little deeper each time you do this forward fold, right? It doesn't have to be any measurable distance, right? It can just be, yeah, it feels like I went a little bit further. And then we're going to stand up, pull back on our right fingers, arms overhead, hips to the left, lean to the right, hips to the right, lean to the left. Do this 2 more times, so maybe we can get a little bit deeper. Feel that 6 out of 10 stretch though, right? Like it doesn't have to be a measurable distance that you've gone deeper. You might have not gone deeper at all. Just if you can picture yourself doing the best that you can with that stretch, then that's what I'm looking for. So I'm pushing down on my left fingers here. Hips to the left, lean to the right. Hips to the right, lean to the left. And we're going to add a little twist in here. Rotate, rotate, and final one here. And pushing down on the right fingers, arms overhead. And this time we're going to rotate first. Rotate, rotate, hips to the right, lean to the left. Hips to the left, lean to the right. Shake it out. I hope you enjoyed that. You know, added some different ones in there. If you didn't like any of the different ones, if you didn't like being on the ground a lot of the time, just let me know and I'd be happy to adjust some of those. But until next time, I will see you in the next video and I hope you have a wonderful day.